Late Night Health continues. Be sure to join us at facebook.com/Late Night Health Radio. Lots going on over there. And also at latenighthealth.com, latenighthealth.com. The Insane Daryl Wayne, along with me, I'm Mark Alyn. Our guest, Jonathan Selzer, is the VP of Scientific Affairs at Biobotanica. And we're going to talk about adulteration this time. We're going to have Jonathan back in about a month, maybe 6 weeks. We're going to talk about extractions, what they are, how they work. But right now, let's talk about adulteration. Is this something that's industry-wide, Jonathan?
Oh, yes, Mark. This is a huge problem in the industry, and it is growing because many of the herbs that we use in our plants are becoming more and more scarce, which makes them more and more expensive, which opens you up more and more to what we call economic adulteration, which means, for example, you take an herb, a very expensive herb, and you blend it with something much less expensive, a lot cheaper. And that could be a different plant. It could also be a chemical.
We don't want that.
For example, bilberry extract is a very expensive extract. Bilberries are kind of blueberries,
right?
And their extraction process is not very. It doesn't get very much out of it, so you need a lot of bilberries to make the extract. In any case, it's very expensive. So what we've found is that some of those nice people out there, will cut their bilberry extract with a purple dye. So visually, you cannot see the difference.
That's awful. That gives that gives the FDA and the FTC and the medical community fodder for saying, "See, the supplement industry is lying to the American public."
Well, that's why it is our responsibility as responsible manufacturers and distributors of our products to test every ingredient that comes in. We can run the bilberry extract that we have through our instruments. We use different processes. We use thin layer chromatography. We have HPLC. We have UPLC, MS, all these different things. So we can actually go down to the molecular level and see, okay, this one has the right peaks, it has the right components, in the right ratios. It's bilberry. It doesn't have a great big single peak that would be something like a purple dye. Let
me ask you something. With the adulteration, what about using, like oil of oregano? Oregano is actually an Italian plant from that area. And a lot of what we in America use as oregano is a Mexican oregano. It's different.
Right. And that's why we're supposed to indicate the species of the plant that we're using on our labels when there is room for confusion like that. So we would have to say the actual species name, which would be the Mediterranean. I can't think of it right off the top of my head.
It's Latin,
vulgare.
Yeah.
Oreganum vulgare is the Mediterranean
oregano.
So we'd have to say that on the label.
What about third-party testing? A load of stuff comes into the Jonathan Mark plant, and let's say it's the bilberry. Does a third-party testing agency come in and say, hey, that really is bilberry, or it's not?
Well, we can certainly send things out to third-party laboratories for that kind of testing, but we have a full analytical laboratory right here at Biobotanica. So we have all the equipment that we need, and we have all the chemists we need to be able to do that kind of testing ourselves. And another example is golden seal, and I just like to bring this one up because this one kills me every time I see it.
Okay.
So if golden seal is a common herb used for immune health. Okay. And it has two very important components. One is called hydrostein and the other called berberine. And we know that these are the components that are active. This is what makes it work. Now, because it's so scarce, golden seal root has gone way up in price, and now just the root itself costs about $150 a kilo.
Oh boy!
So, and that's just plain root. If once you grind it and clean it up in order to use it in a product, you say it's $200. Just for kicks, we'll say it's $200.
Right.
Now I'm going to make a capsule with this, and I'm going to put 400 milligrams of golden seal in each capsule. Okay, so I'm not going to do the math, but I'll tell you just off the top of my head, even though I haven't written it down in front of me, is that now we're at 8 cents a capsule. Now, okay, 8 cents a capsule just for that one ingredient in the capsule. And if I'm making a bottle that has 100 capsules, well, now I'm at $8 just for the golden seal in that product.
That's amazing.
And that's not including.
And so people are people adulterating that, cutting that with something? We only have 12 seconds left.
Yes, and that's the problem. There are cheap alternatives that like coptis, or a plant called coptis that people are using for golden seal.
We are out of time. We're out of time, Jonathan. Will you come back?
Absolutely, I'd love to.
All right, good. We will arrange that. Listen, check out Nature's Answer on the web. You can also find out more information by going to latenighthealth.com, latenighthealth.com. We've got to go. Daryl will be taking over the rest of the show. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.